Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya nak jodoh, Coach Zuri Yui ingin bantu anda dapat kemanisan perkahwinan yang berkat bahagia. Alright, so topik kita malam ini adalah boundaries, sex and frust jodoh. So, in short, if we don't set boundaries, we might be leading to zina and frust jodoh. Okay, anywhere, even if we get close to zina, kan, itu pun dah salah. In fact, we're not advised to buat zina. We're advised to don't even come close to zina. Okay? Start heavy gila. Bagilah intro dulu. Okay. Bismillah. Okay. So, frustration in jodoh usually comes from orang yang tak serius. And lately, uh, I've it's become more and more clearer to me that most people who come to me kan, they said that Fraz lah, portal cari jodoh ni semua, uh, dia orang tak serius, datang nak gatal-gatal je, saja nak kenal, bukan nak kahwin kan. Tapi if I may start with the story, one of the ladies that I'm coaching kan, I cakap tak apalah, try lah kan. I mean, she's confident enough. Because I know she's confident enough and she knows herself better. She knows herself well. She has her integrity and she knows her boundaries. So cakap, tak apa, try je mana-mana portal kan. I mean, learn what you learn, but always remember Allah is always with you and always watching. Tu je, alright? So, she went to one of this portal and this dating app. And I tak cakap dating app tak bagus. Tak. I'm saying that it's built with good intentions by the people who built it. Okay? By the people who built it with good intentions. But orang yang masuk dalam app tu, they're there without the knowledge of ta'aruf. They're there to gatal. They're there to cari pasal and bring trouble. Okay? and drag you into their kancah-kancah kancah-kancah lah. Kancah-kancah bahaya mereka. Alright? So she went into this app and then, oh my god, scary gila. So she was talking to this guy. Basically they match on this app. And then this guy cakap kat dia, oh okay, it's great. I pun niat nak kahwin. Okay, bagus. Can we discuss, further? Can we discuss further about marriage? Okay. And then he went on saying that, tapi sebelum kahwin, I nak main dulu. I'm not laughing. I'm exasperated. All right. Sebelum kahwin, I nak main dulu, just to be sure. And then she said that, that's not Islamic. That's not how we do it in Islam. And he responded to her with, it's like, oh, tak apa, I pun bukan Islam sangat. Aku pun tergamam. It's like, ada orang macam tu Alright, interesting. So, I mean, why I came up with this topic, why I needed to address this issue is, I have to say it as it is, okay? If you want to hear things like, oh, semuanya indah, happy ever after, I don't do that. I'm going to give you reality so you can manage. So you can manage expectation and you can manage when your time comes, insyaAllah. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you macam, oh, fairy tale, angan-angan mak jenin, super happy, bliss ever after. Tak, I'm going to give you realities and expectations and how to manage this expectation. That's how I roll, okay? Because I don't want you to fail. I nak you get and stay married. Bukan get you married and then I just lantak pi. Tak, because my goal is bigger than that. My goal is for you untuk menzahirkan anak-anak yang soleh dan solehah, yang mendoakan jannah untuk ibu bapa mereka, which is you, kan, dengan ta'aruf yang halal, okay, dengan plan pantas jodoh. Alright, so that's my goal, for you to get and stay married, have a happy nuclear family, anak-anak yang soleh dan solehah, insyaAllah. Okay, so get and stay married. Alright, if my goal were just to asalkan you kahwin je lah kan, that fits my KPI. Tak, if my goal were just to macam okay, asalkan kau kahwin kan, kalau kalau I nak macam tu, I boleh je biar kucing. I can be a cat breeder, kan? It's like, oh, kahwin je lah. Alright, so I'm not a cat breeder. I don't want you just kahwin. I want you to get and stay married. That's what I do. That's why I approach like this, is because my goal is further. So the approach is realities. Okay, and okay, boleh. Okay, so you've probably heard of this thing um, called don't hate the player, hate the game. All right, don't hate the player, hate the game. Now, let me expand on that. Is that if you date, kalau you dating, you are playing a game. You are playing a game where both of you are looking for trouble, man and woman. Okay, because there's so many gatalness involved. Zina, it leads to zina, and wrong signals, and because the boundaries is not set from the start, kan? Boundaries yang that has been established in our faith has not been established, so it leads to other things. Yeah, one thing leads to another. Can gatalness, wrong signals, and you know, you feel frustrated, you feel unappreciated, uh, because you don't know where to set your boundaries. And in Islam, tak ada all this drama because the boundaries is set clear in the book, and how to do it and how not to do it is very clear, because dalam Islam tak ada dating, clear cut, tak ada dating. Sebelum nikah tak ada dating, lepas nikah you dating lah as much as you want with your spouse. Okay, so in Islam there's no such thing as dating. Let's be clear on that. Let's be very clear on that. Okay, and because Islam dignifies us, Islam beautifies us, and Islam gives us the beauty of life, in life, to make our life better. All right, that's why Islam does not tell us to go dating. Tak, kan? It's ta'aruf, get to know someone. Okay, and I'm just recalling some ignoramus just said about things that I do, kan? No dating. But I want to know someone first. Ya, betul. Get to know someone first sebelum kahwin. Memang pesanan Rasulullah SAW pun, go see her. Kan? Bila seorang sahabah tu tanya, I've been recommended to marry so and so, what shall I do? And Rasulullah SAW said, go see her. Go see her. Kenalan dengan dia. Kan? Bukan macam, okay, nikah terus. Tak. Rasulullah SAW is very pragmatic, and he wouldn't give crappy advice, clearly, kan? Memang everything he says, Rasulullah SAW says, is meaningful, has deep meaning, and it's for the greater good. Okay, and untuk kita, advice Rasulullah SAW is for us to mendapatkan keredaan Allah. Okay, so it's a thing. Still ramai tak tahu dalam Islam tu, kan? Fikir, dalam Islam tak ada dating, so nikah terus lah, kan? Dia ignoramus. Dia ignoramus. Tak baik. Orang tu tak tahu. Kita explain baik-baik. Okay, bicara berhemah. So, I think like I've explained, dalam Islam, bertaaruf. And there are parameters, there are etiquettes, and there are ways to go about it. Yeah, halal ways to go about it. Okay, because it's about dignity. Sebelum kahwin and selepas kahwin, dignity. You want to start marriage, kan? Start with halal. And you want to keep marriage halal, you start with halal. You want to have a good anak-anak yang solehah, you start with finding a spouse the halal way. It's like that. Everything starts with us being understanding how to go about things, understanding what should we do, what should we not do, what are our boundaries. And okay, all right. So back to the point. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And if you are playing the game, and I'm just going to explain to you the dangers of playing games of the dating game. All right, it's a lot of uncertainties. Okay, if you have experiences in dating. There's a lot of games, anxieties, and trying to guess what is his intention, what is her intention, and so much drama and uncertainties and anxiety. Betul tak? I know, I've been there. I pun jahil juga dulu. I pun jahil juga dulu. Okay. So that's why I'm sharing my mistakes so that you don't repeat them. And if you have made these mistakes, tak apa, ask for forgiveness from Allah and forgive yourself and move on. Okay. So how to move on? Be aware of these red flags. Know the game that people play. Sometimes we play this game as well because we get into dating. We're involving ourselves into this game, and this game is it's not halal, right? It's a game that's not halal. It's a haram game, all right? And so for you to know, and for you to be aware, and for you to inshallah have the clarity that this clarity of boundaries, that this is what you should not do and this is what you should do, step by step, and this is what's permissible, this is what is not, because you want to start marriage the halal way. Okay, all right. So from, if I may, from a man's perspective, kan, and because I want to address and explain kenapa lelaki gatal. Okay, kenapa lelaki gatal, kenapa lelaki gatal, like macam the story I shared just now, kan, that guy cakap oh dia nak kahwin tapi dia nak main dulu just to see whether it's compatible or not, sexual compatibility, whatever excuse. Alright, kenapa lelaki gatal? I'm not endorsing gatalness, but I just want to share with you how a man's brain work, so that you should, so that you are aware. Okay, this is from a perspective of a man. All right, and because from perspective of man, in the dating game, this is a game from a man's perspective. Is that why dia gatal is because he does definitely want to get laid. Why? Because dia tak nak kena game dengan perempuan, kan? Because to him, aku dah belanja dia makan, kan, free meals. I'm not a free meal, I'm not a wallet, kan? And dia takut kena burn sebab dia pernah kena burn juga dulu. Okay, guys have been burned also. So he doesn't want to be treated like a free meal. And then so he wants to know whether he has basically invested in his way in that relationship, and he wants to know that you are invested in the relationship as well. So kalau you dah termakan makanan dia, you dah termakan budi dia in this dating game, so you've gotten your free meal, and he will be asking the returns, ROI, return on investment, can. And let me be clear again that I am not endorsing gatalness, or definitely not promiscuity or premarital intercourse. All right, let's be clear. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just telling you, if this is, you are playing the dating game from a man's point of view, this is how he thinks. Dia dah belanja you makan, dia dah belanja bawa you pergi movie, jalan-jalan, kan? And then he's thinking, so what's in it for me? Kan? And you might be thinking, okay, it's like, hey, you get the pleasure of my company. That's not enough. He wants his return on investment. He wants an investment growth on his investment. Okay, and he wants to know that you are both mutually invested in that relationship. All right. Okay, so quid pro quo. You heard of I'm sure you heard of it. Quid pro quo. Dia dah invest his time and money and meals and movie tickets and popcorn and paying for the app apa semua, kan? So what's in it for him, kan? And you're wondering, it's like, and then you dah termakan budi dia, you pun rasa in a way pressured into, okay, why not, kan, dia dah tunjuk baik dekat I, and then bolehlah I bagi dia pegang tangan sikit, and then one thing leads to another. Yeah, I'll explain that later, I'll elaborate that. Okay, so Because okay, like I mentioned, dia tak nak kena main game, dia tak nak kena game dengan perempuan. So because dia dah invest, he wants his ROI. And then his fear, a man's fear, is how he wants a confirmation that you are also mutually invested in the relationship is through sex. Okay, he may demand sex, he may pujuk you, okay, in whatever way, and that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts. So uh, a lot of people have gone through this. I know I've consulted a lot of people specifically on this issue, and I'm involved with volunteering with case pembuangan bayi, and this is how it starts. Uh, when if in 2010, 2010, 2011, 2010, 2010. It was, I think it was Ramadan. It was Ramadan of 2010. I was driving by Shah Alam, and then there was a crowd of people by the roadside. Yeah, dekat Glomac area tu. Glomac. Yeah. That apa nama university tu. Anyway, so there was a crowd of people standing by the roadside. Kan. And then I was driving, and I saw a black plastic bag. I was driving close to the roadside, and I saw a black plastic bag, and it was a dead baby inside a black plastic bag, um, so covered in flies. And I think that is one of the most horrible things that I've seen. A dead baby. I don't know what gender. It was covered in flies mostly, and so that changed me, and that made me realize that what has happened to our ummah, and to throw a baby by the roadside in a garbage bag. Um, Ramadan pula tu, kan? And uh, so that's why I volunteered for orphan care and to create awareness for abandoned babies, so that people are aware. Don't do this crap, okay? And uh, this is really hard for me to talk because it relived some that was very traumatic for me. I mean, I've gone through rather other traumatic life 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 and death situation, but that one really changed me. Seeing a dead innocent baby covered in flies in a garbage bag by the roadside. Um, so yeah, I mean, statistically, usually the case is because it's out of wedlock, and it starts with usha dating, and it starts with you know it starts with free meals, kan, dia tak nak kena game, and then she also doesn't want to say no, afraid to say no. So I hope that is scary enough of a picture for you to realize that these things don't happen to just happens to anyone. It's not, if you think that, oh, ni mesti budak-budak tak pakai tudung ni, kan, buat perangai. No. If you know what it's like at an abortion clinic, budak-budak tu pakai tudung kot, kan. I'm not saying dissing orang budak, you guys yang pakai tudung, tak. I'm saying that pakai tudung and pakai hijab is different. And once you dah termakan budi in this dating game and makan free meals, it will lead to that. It's one thing will lead to another. And sorry for getting really dark, but that's why in Islam we said not don't even come close to zina. Bukan just don't do zina, don't even come close to zina. And I hope I'm for if you have friends yang who might be going through this, kan, for you to be aware that it could lead to these things. And And usually this case pembuangan bayi do happen around university areas. Bukan, not just any kids, not just any women, but nearby university areas. So yeah, so let's not go into that. Um, right, so back to this main point. Back to this main point. Kenapa laki gatal? Because um, he wants to know that his free meals dia dah belanja bawa jalan-jalan pergi dating ni doesn't go to waste, kan, his investment. And then he's afraid that you are not mutually invested. He wants to know you're mutually invested by sex. Ooh, I see the S word. So because he doesn't want to feel used, and he doesn't want to get friend zoned. He doesn't want to get friend zoned, which is a very painful place for a man to be. So this is the dating game. I'm just telling you the dating game. Tak setuju tak apa. Okay. And he's afraid that his sexuality is questioned. Kan? Aku dah bawa kau jalan-jalan ni, you don't find me attractive. You don't find my sacrifice of belanja you makan ni semua it's just go in vain ke apa ke. It's dating game. These are the anxieties and fears that happens in the man's brain in the dating game. So what's his ROI, what's his return on investment? So so if you please be wise, all these free meals and all that. It's not free. It's not free. There's no such thing as a free meal. Yeah, there's no such thing as a free meal. Kan? And I remember I masa single dulu kan, sebelum ada ilmu ta'aruf halal ni, and I met up with this. I was renewing my car insurance. I met with her. She's cute. I said, "Hey, wanna go for dinner?" Okay, let's go for dinner. And then it was a rather fancy-ish dinner, and aku pun bawa pergi fancy dinner buat apa kan. So just nak jaga status lah, mestilah first date kena bawa pergi fancy dinner kan. And then I said, "Hey, let's go." Okay, jumpa makan dinner. Lepas tu my intention was to get married, okay, and to get to know someone for marriage, and not to get late. But after the dinner, she didn't pick up my phone call. Malu dengan diri sendiri. It's like, I feel used. I felt used. It's like, so I was just a free meal to you, kan? And guys have gone through this. I was just a free meal. Lepas date, no phone call tak jawab, tak reply, SMS tak reply. Masa tu zaman SMS, tak ada WhatsApp je. SMS tak reply. And these are the fears of a guy in the dating game. So he feels used. I felt used. I felt like, hey, that was a rather expensive dinner, kan? And and it's like, I thought we hit it off during dinner. So, and she didn't reply. It's like, okay. After a while, macam few weeks after that, I recovered. It's like, okay, let's get back in the dating game. But it's like, that's my personal experience. Okay. And he doesn't want to waste his money. I wasted my money. And I thought it was a start of a relationship. Kan? I thought it would lead to marriage. I yang dipergunakan. Alright. So dia tak nak lah kan. Just say no. Don't just ignore me. Just say, be woman enough to say that I don't think it's going anywhere. Thanks for dinner. That's it. Kan? But I was ghosted. I was ghosted. Okay. So that is how you dapat iktibar sikit. So there's no such thing as a free meal. There's no such thing as a free meal. It comes with expectations. Yeah. And so dia gatal tu because he has expectations. And he doesn't want to get burned. Dia akan malu dengan diri dia sendiri juga, right? His expectations could be different things. Could be he actually wants to get married. He actually wants to take you a fancy dinner. He just wants to get laid with you. Possible, all right? So Um, and the dating game. Next point is wrong signals. Salah signal. Okay, in the dating game, there's a lot of wrong signals. Yeah, wrong signals, and especially the usual case is usually macam, oh dah dating bertahun, tapi mestilah dia nak kahwin. That you signal, you feel that the signal macam dah dating bertahun mestilah nak kahwin eventually. Padahal dia tak serius pasal you. He's just waiting for someone better to come along. And then he leaves you and marry someone else. And then you get confused, you get frustrated. I thought he was going to marry you. I thought he was going to marry me. Yeah. And uh, signals, wrong signals, because things are not communicated properly. Things are not being done Islamically. Okay, and I've prepared a Jodoh series test kit, uh, which I will be launching. I think next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, so that you will start. I have this mainly in mind of orang yang tak ada calon jodoh. Okay, bila you dah ada calon jodoh, you dah jumpa dia online ke, whatever web portal or app kan, or you meet him anywhere in life, him or her. This is for both. Okay, this jodoh serious test kit is for the purpose to know orang yang kenal you ni serius atau main-main. Orang yang kenal you ni serius atau main-main. Okay, because it has a list of questions, and I have 15 test kits, different categories. Okay, let me put it on screen. All right, so Jodoh Series Test Kit ni, this is the first one I'll be launching next week, next Sunday, insyaAllah. So, it's an icebreaker. Start small because you elak love scam, because you eliminate orang yang tak serius nak menuju ke perkahwinan, eliminate orang yang hanya gatal nak kenal. Usually you find that online, supaya tak buang masa dengan orang yang akan frustkan hati you, kan. So, we use technique called elimination, acceleration, and decision. Eliminate yang hampir-hampir dulu, and accelerate orang yang serius, and then you come to a decision with istikharah, and tawakal. Alright, so it starts with very simple basic question. Very simple, umur berapa? Kan, umur berapa? And this is from experience, from halal speed dating. Basic questions yang orang tanya sama sendiri, just to get a context of who you are. Alright, we'll go into deeper questions with the other jodoh test kit 2, 3, 4, 5 sampai 15. Right, adik-beradik anak keberapa, study kat mana, dari da. So kalau when you meet someone online or anywhere, cakap, oh kalau serius nak kenal, can you fill in this icebreaker questions just to get to know each other? Boleh. Okay, and there's a whole series of 15 series, kan, icebreaker. Number one is icebreaker. Second is pandangan konsep perkahwinan. Your views, your compatibility in marriage. It's about value matching. It's not just to know someone, oh kerja mana, adik-beradik berapa. Tak. It goes deeper and deeper. It starts with icebreaker, kan, surface level-ish. And it goes deeper, such as macam icebreaker ni, macam do you smoke? Do you not smoke? Are you going to stop smoking? This kind of things. And it goes deeper, like konsep perkahwinan. Kalau dia serius, dia masuk, dia isi, dia sanggup, serius dah sanggup isi icebreaker questions. Okay, give the next series of questions. Kan, jodoh serious test kit ni. Like pandangan konsep perkahwinan. And then hobbies and interests. It's nampak remeh ya, hobbies and interests, but their hobbies and interests reflects their values and how they spend their time. Okay, all right. And aspek agama, practicing the faith. Okay, pekerjaan atau perniagaan. Why you work that job? Why do you like that job? Why are you working there? And do you expect to change your career? Do you expect me to change my career? These kind of things. Financial and health. Do you have some serious health issues? Aspek kewangan. Do you hutang along? Kan? Sekali ya. You need to ask this, nak kahwin, kan? Kang you pula kena kerja along. Character. What is his character? How was he raised? How was she raised, and harapan romantic expectations, romantic expectations. Islam, Rasulullah SAW, kan, is the most romantic person in the world historically, kan. It's not all this and meaningfully. If you see my logo, kan, you see my logo yang macam it's a knot actually. The both the pink and the blue. It's a knot. It's inspired by the story of when Aisyah radhiallahu anha asked Rasulullah SAW, "How much do you love me?" She asked her husband, and then he said, and he took out a knot and tied it. Again, if my love for you is like this knot, every day it gets tighter. Can every day if my love for you is like a knot, every day if every day it gets tighter and tighter. So that's why this logo yang I buat ni, yang I'm also inspired by that story. So this logo is about that knot. Kan, it gets tighter and tighter, right? So contoh romanticness of Rasulullah SAW. Alright, banyak lagi cerita. Nanti kita cerita lah dalam ni kan. I'll give not just questionnaires but also a short e-course. E-course for you to macam dapat iktibar and how to use this questionnaires and the meaning, the what's behind of each question. It stretch sampai family, relationship, upbringing of children and children, in-laws, big stuff, mertua, kawan-kawan BFF, because our friends makes us, molds us, and what are his or her friends are like, and because they are big influence. Sex and intimacy, okay, very important thing to discuss, but in later stages, and some things you can discuss, some things you can't discuss, and how to discuss it sebelum kahwin ni, kan, sebelum nikah. Might be intimidating at first, but there's a way adab to go about it. All right. So, and then if you feel all these questions, I will put you on a waiting list for halal speed dating. Kalau you not join, okay. And but in the meantime, you can still use these questions untuk when you meet someone online or when you meet someone in real life. So you kenal isi hati dia, kan, supaya you don't get the wrong signal, so you don't have to go through the dating game, so that I mean, people date because they want to know someone. People, and also not have fun lah. But there are batasan dalam Islam, so you can't have fun sebelum nikah. Okay, lepas nikah go have fun lah as much as you want. Okay, alright. So signal ni, getting back to the main topic, which is wrong signal. He might be serious or you're not, or maybe you're not serious, maybe you're serious that he's not. And happens a lot. And the dating game gives a lot of wrong signals and attract all the wrong signals, because these serious questions are not asked. As long as you have fun, enjoy. Lepas tu dah angau, you will not be thinking of serious things like finances, living arrangement, in-laws, and children. And I remember this is one time I dated this particular woman. We dated after a few years, and then she said that she doesn't like children. And then I was like, what? I want children. She doesn't like children. I want children. This is a deal breaker. Again, I wasted years, but she doesn't want children. And I wasted years, okay, in that relationship, because I didn't ask serious questions. We were having fun. And, let's try to avoid these things. And I want you to avoid wasting your time also, because it happen to me. It still happens to a lot of people. Okay. All right. So right now I'm switching to the private groups and Telegram group, and I hope that with these questions and give you the awareness of what these things are. We're going to discuss more on boundaries right after this. Okay, so take some time. While I'm doing this technical stuff. So what are the wrong signals? Just think to yourself, again, what are the wrong signals you've been getting in your past relationship that has made you frustrated with relationship and dating? Okay, what's wrong? What are the wrong signals? What are the miscommunication? Salah baca signal, kan? So boleh, okay? Think. These are important questions because I don't want you to in the future uh, to be misinterpreting signals lagi. And why I'm giving you the dynamic and how a man think is because for you to think that way. And also addressing men as well. Can because because sometimes men do this is because he doesn't realize he's doing it. He doesn't realize he's being an a-hole. Women do this too, you know. Women do this too. I pun kena pernah kena tipah tertipu, Zuri pun tertipu juga dulu, kan. Uh, okay. All right. Going to private groups. All right. Give me one more second.